I welcome you all to today's Focus of the Day session. Today, we are going to talk about blue economy in this particular session, and we are doing so because Government of India currently is trying to come up with a policy with regards to blue economy. So why it is in news? What is blue economy? History of blue economy, activities connected to a blue economy, blue economic policy framework, and thereafter practice questions. This is going to be the sequence we are going to cover this particular topic in. Without further ado, let me take you to the topic, why it is in news. Government has been finalizing or is trying to finalize a national policy on the blue economy, and this is what makes us discuss this particular topic today. Union Minister of State Jitendra Singh, who is having independent charge of science and technology underneath the Ministry of Earthsciences, is finalizing a national policy on blue economy for the country. The document key recommendations on a national accounting framework for the blue economy and ocean governance, coastal marine spatial, planning and tourism priority, marine fisheries, aquaculture and fish processing, manufacturing, emerging industries, trade technology services, skill development, logistics, infrastructure and shipping, coastal and deep sea mining and offshore energy and security, strategic dimensions and international engagement. Look at this. This is all that an upcoming document apparently contains. So, what is it all connected to? What is blue economy all about? They are all connected to our oceans, isn't it? So India is trying to exploit the potential, the immense potential that our oceans, our seas do have and can enhance their share in the economic development. A national blue economy advisory council has been proposed to set up. It will have the secretaries of relevant ministries and departments as the members and include chief secretaries or principal secretaries of coastal states and representatives from industry. An action with the theme Swachh Sagar, Surakshit Sagar is being implemented. It is 75 days long coastal cleanup campaign for cleaning at least 75 beaches along the Indian coast. It started on 5 July and will culminate on September 17 on International Coastal Cleanup Day. The activity is being organized by Ministry of Earthsciences jointly with the Indian Coast Guard, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, National Disaster Management Authority, Paryavaran Sanrakshan Gatividhi, other government departments, voluntary organizations, the public and the students. Now, have you given a thought why 75 days, 75 beaches? If you would have watched our session on Haryali Mahotsav and the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign, you would know that it is because 75 years of independence. 75 years of independence underneath which we are celebrating the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. So government is really promoting the number 75 right now and is picking it up whenever possible for it. Now, what is blue economy? Let's understand. According to UN, blue economy is an economy that comprises a range of economic sectors and related policies that together determine whether use of ocean resources is sustainable. An important challenge of the blue economy is to understand and better manage the many aspects of oceanic sustainability, ranging from sustainable fishery to ecosystem health to preventing pollution. Secondly, the blue economy challenges us to realize that the sustainable management of ocean resources will require collaboration across borders and sectors through a variety of partnerships and on a scale that it has not been previously achieved ever. It is a tall order, particularly for small island developing states and least developed countries, who face significant limitations. The UN notes that blue economy will aid in achieving UN Sustainable Development Goals, of which one goal 14 is life below water. What all are other sustainable development goals? You need to tell me in the comment box below. So blue economy is all about the potential of water. But water has been there around us, oceans have been there around us from the very beginning of life, right? So what has been the history of blue economy? The economic philosophy of the blue economy was first introduced in 1994 by Professor Gunter Pauli at the United Nations University, UNU. The concept became significant since the third summit conference, Rio Plus 20 in 2012. This philosophy underpins the objective behind the Commonwealth Blue Charter, highlighting the close linkage between the oceans, climate change, and the well-being of the people. So first of all, happened a lecture. Who quoted the term? Professor Gunter Pauli. Where? In UNU. And then the concept was talked about or was a topic of conversation in the Rio Plus 20. Thereafter came up the Commonwealth Blue Charter, which was trying to link ocean, climate change and well-being of the people together. So from there on, blue economy is coming up in the mainstream year on year. And that's why India right now is in need of a workable and very efficient policy related to blue economy. Activities connected to a blue economy. Although I have given you several examples when we were talking about the document that is being prepared, but here we are going to understand in very specific and detailed manner. So please pay attention. First of all, renewable energy. Sustainable marine energy plays a vital role in social and economic development. We can generate electricity through tidal energy and ocean thermal energy. Then comes in fisheries. Marine fishery contributes more than US $270 annually to global GDP. Sustainable fisheries generate more revenue and help restore fish stock also. Water transport. More than 80% of traded goods are transported by sea, and rate of seaborne trade is expected to double by 2030 and quadruple by 2050. So clearly the potential of ocean is immense to explore even till today. Tourism. Ocean and coastal tourism can bring jobs and economic growth. More than 41 million visitors per year visit least developed coastal countries and small island developing countries. You must have heard right after the COVID restrictions were lifted and even before the COVID restrictions were placed in, all the celebs and people maybe around you were going to Maldives. Maldives is where? It's a coastal island. It's a small island country. And then climate change. The staggering impact of climate change include rising sea levels, coastal erosion, changing ocean current patterns and acidification. Oceans are an important carbon sink and help mitigate climate change. So that's why they are very, very useful even for environment and its conservation. Waste management. 80% of litter in the oceans is due to land-based sources. A better waste management system can help revive the deteriorating ocean health. So we need to make sure that no garbage goes in our water bodies. And that's how we can make optimum use of the blue economy or the blue resource that we have, the oceans. So here is a gist of India's vision as far as 2030 as an year is concerned. National Accounting Framework for Blue Economy and Ocean Governance, Coastal Marine Spatial Planning and Tourism, Marine Fisheries, Aquaculture and Fish Processing, Manufacturing Emerging Industries, Trade, Technology, Services and Skill Development, Logistics, Infrastructure and Shipping, Coastal, Deep Sea Mining and Offshore Energy, Security, Strategic Dimensions and International Engagements. These are the goals that India looks up to till 2030 as far as the blue source, the oceans are concerned. The Government of India's vision of New India by 2030 highlighted the blue economy as one of the 10 core dimensions of growth. Blue economy was mentioned as the sixth dimension of vision of New India 2030, stressing the need to improve the lives of the coastal communities and accelerate their development. The objective of India's blue economic policy framework should be to enhance the country's GDP by promoting sustainable and inclusive economic growth whilst aligning with national security goals and international development agenda. So vision is fine, but how much of a potential do we have to exploit at our disposal? So India has a coastline of 7,517 km long, 12 major seaports and 187 non-major ports, which handled about 333.87 million tons of cargo in the year 2019. 95% of India's trade volume transits by sea. 95%, mind you guys. India's 2 million square kilometer exclusive economic zone is rich in living and non-living resources and contains a substantial amount of crude oil and natural gas. Now, what's exclusive economic zone? It is the distance in water up to 200 nautical miles, and in total India's exclusive economic zone is 2 million square kilometer. So 200 nautical miles from each of the coast. That is India's exclusive economic zone. Any country, any other country apart from India cannot exploit the resources within that boundary. It is going to be absolutely at disposal of India and rightfully at the disposal of India. What you have to tell me in the comment box below is these exclusive economic zones are decided by which organization. It can potentially enhance the value addition in coastal manufacturing and services, trade, deep sea minerals, aquaculture and marine related technologies. So a lot could be done in this much of exclusive economic zone as far as the oceans are concerned. For example, there is trade that can be facilitated, manufacturing, coastal manufacturing, deep sea minerals, aquaculture and marine related technologies can be developed to actually gain out of the potential of the ocean as sustainably as can be done and as much as can be done. Now let's look at the prelims based practice question. With reference to United Nations Convention on Law of Sea, consider the following statement. Number 1. A coastal state has the right to establish the breadth of its territorial sea up to a limit not exceeding 12 nautical miles measured from baseline determined in accordance with the convention. Number 2. Ships of all states, whether coastal or landlocked, enjoy the right of innocent passage through the territorial sea. Number 3. The exclusive economic zone shall not extend beyond 200 nautical miles from the baseline from which the breadth of the territorial sea is measured. Your options are as follows: A. 1 and 2 only, B. 2 and 3 only, and C. 1 and 3 only, and D. 1, 2 and 3 only. You have to pick the correct option from the given ones. So the answer for this particular question is D. All of these statements are correct as far as United Nations Convention on Law of Sea is concerned. So now I have asked you a question in the previous slide, but this question answers that question for you. The smart ones would have got by now, but let me tell you, it's UNCLOS, that is United Nations Convention on Law of Seas, that looks into the exclusive economic zones and all of these related sea related, ocean related legal frameworks as far as concerned. Now let's look at the mains practice question. What is ocean-based blue economy? What potential does India have on this front? Analyze. You need to answer this particular question in 250 words and send in your answers to us on WhatsApp to get them reviewed. This is it for today. I shall see you again tomorrow with another focus of the day session. Till then, take care, stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining in.